Hello, everybody. I am Dr. T&J Ramsey, and today I'm going to talk to you about what is content. This is a question that has been asked to me more than one time in the last couple of weeks. And for me, content is just second nature. I've been creating content ever since 2009. Yes, you heard me right. Ever since 2009, I have been creating content on social media. So we're over a decade. So to me, what is content is a question that I do not have, but it was brought to my attention that is something that individuals who are not in the content creation industry, you want to know what it is, right? Okay, so many people feel like you know exactly what content is, or maybe you don't know what it is. So this video is all about what is content. So let's talk about it. So content basically is something that you create, whether it's audio or video, that conveys a message that you want to get through to your audience. It can be mission-based, it can be service-based, it can be product-based. But whatever the case may be, you create something around whatever it is that you want to make your point on. The confusing part that I think happens is when you are not a content creator like myself, or a podcaster, or a TV show host, and then you are just a business owner, or maybe you are just an nonprofit organization. And then in your mind, because your number one focus, if you're a nonprofit owner, is your nonprofit, and if you are a business for profit, it is your business for profit, right? So, and whatever the products or services that are connected up under both tiers. So the disconnect comes when you tell a person like me who does visibility, tell you that you need to create content. So for the sake of this video, since we do podcasting over here at CTR Media Network, we're going to talk about you creating a podcast or a streaming TV show, whether you stream on social media or you stream on streaming television such as Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, and the list goes on. So to give you a scenario, say for example, you are let's think about a profession, any type of profession. Let's say that you're in the health and wellness business. Now, health and wellness is a very broad subject. But say, for example, your particular niche is women health and wellness. What do you do if you are offering a specific type of thing? So the key to creating content is to think about the industry that you're in, what type of services or products that you provide, and then you think about the top concerns of what your target audience need help with. Because remember, the purpose of a business for profit as well as a business that is a nonprofit is for you to solve a problem or solve the problems of your audience, your consumers, or your clients. And some of us have all of that. Like at CTR Media Network, we have clients, we have consumers, individuals that come to our network just to watch and take in the information and be entertained and to learn. And then we also have products. And so for me, let's talk about a little bit about this content. So let's go back to the health and wellness business. So if you are a business owner, you have a health and wellness business, you focus on women. And so now the next thing you need to think about, because it's so many different topics and subjects you can talk about, you need to think about what specifically are you helping women with. So if it's menopause, if it's menstrual cycles for younger girls or anyone with a menstrual cycle, if it is growing your hair, if it's facial health care, not facial, but health of your skin, What is it that you focus on? Maybe it is health and wellness, but it's from an aesthetic approach where you are helping women build confidence with their clothing or hair, or you're a beautician or you're a makeup artist. But say, for example, you have health and wellness products, and your main focus is the overall well-being of women's health. So that can include menstrual health, menopause, mental health. That also can include clothes. So whatever it is that you focus on mostly, and whatever you have your products labeled up on or your services, that is the content that you need to create. Okay? That is the content that you need to create. So what are the questions that your customers or clients consistently ask you on a regular basis? As a business owner, you know there are certain things that people ask about your product or your service on a regular basis before they opt into whatever it is that you have available. So whatever that is the key to the content that you need to create. So if it's health and wellness and it's dealing with menopause, and you have this supplement that will help them lessen the feeling of menopause, then you need to focus on what are 5 ways that you can naturally help yourself through menopause? Or what are 5 things that can help you as you transition from perimenopause to full menopause? What type of clothing that can be comfortable for you when you are going through menopause? All these different things will be up under the category of menopause. And you can do the same thing and duplicate the process for menstrual health. You can duplicate it for hair. If you having thinning hair due to going through menopause, what about if you're noticing that your skin is not as glowy when you're going through menopause? You just think about every possible thing that a woman, especially hormonal imbalances, that you can go through up under that tier of menopause. So say, for example, you have a credit repair business, or you teach business strategies, or you are a life coach, all of that stuff. You think about what it is that the people come at you the most. I'm going to do myself, for example. One of the main things people ask me when they want to become a member of CTR Media Network, they see our information, they want to become a content creator, to create a podcast or TV show, because they have never did a podcast or TV show before. So they come and they want to know, how can I join the network, right? And so the very first thing right now with CTR Media Network, it is a referral-based business, which means that just the general public can't come on the network in order to create content. The general public can watch it all they want, all electronic devices, on our website, all over social media. But if you want to be a member and create content, you have to be referred in by a member that is already on the platform. So it's just like Navy Federal. You can't just get into Navy Federal, not unless you are have been part of the military, or you have a family member that's part of the military, or someone that's already have a Navy Federal account. They can refer you in. The same thing over here at CTR Media Network. Someone had to refer you in that's already a part of our network. Number one. So I tell them, I said, when they call or they speak to a member of our customer service, who referred you? How did you find out about it? What's the name of their show? What's the name of the person? So that we can go and confirm that this person knows this person, and then they can vouch for you. Boom. That's how you start CTR Media Network, right? That's how you get in. The next question that people ask us all the time is, how do I start a podcast? And so we go through the process of how you start a podcast by joining our network. We put you through our course. You get your one-on-ones with me. You also get your group teaching training sessions, and we walk you through the process. We have a series of videos, and we also have information in our exclusive private Facebook group that will walk you through that. One of the other main questions that we get a lot is, how can I monetize my podcast or TV show if I have a low or a small following? So we go through and we explain that to our members, various different ways that they can monetize their show or podcast with very low following, very small following. Then people ask, well, I want my podcast to be a video instead of just being audio. So what should I do and how do I do that? So all those things, I answer those questions. So a member of our team, we answer those questions. We have videos that can answer some of those questions. So what is it that you have to do? Another question people ask me all the time is, how many times should I do a podcast episode or a streaming episode? You need to at least do it at least once a week. How consistent you need to be? Very consistent. Every week you do at least 30 minutes or less. You can do an hour if you have, and your audiences have a large attention span, but for the most part, 30 minutes or less is sufficient. I have had some podcasters that I have trained that have done a show 10 minutes or less because their audience like bite-sized pieces. So the best thing that I can tell you when you are creating content is to make sure that you create content that solve a problem that you can solve with your product or services. That's what you need to do. And then that content needs to be done in such a way where you're always providing value to your audience, which means that you can give them some information that they could use right then and there, even if they do not opt into your opportunity. Because remember, it's more about giving. And then once you give, it's just reciprocated that you will receive from the right people, because now you become you have the credibility and the influence, because now you have all this content out that is helpful, that is useful, and that is accessible. And now you become the go-to for that particular niche that you are doing within the industry. So remember, the key to any content is solving a problem, answering frequently asked questions, and you create content around that. Now you can decide if you want to do short bite-sized pieces or you want to do a longer video like I'm doing tonight or today. It's totally up to you. So make sure that you are always bringing value. Make sure that you're answering questions that are mostly asked of you. And those are some great FAQs, okay? What are your FAQs? Frequently asked questions for your businesses. All of those things are great content ideas that you can create. But don't get so caught into the mechanics of the business of your content, creating all business content, because at the end of the day, people do want to learn, but they lack a little bit of entertainment. And that's the philosophy here at CTR Media Network. We are an entertainment platform, which means we give you education and entertainment. So what is it that you can share with your audience with creating content that is fun, that is motivational and inspirational, that makes you think? Or you can share some life experiences that you have had, or a personal experience that will be inspirational, or I would say inspirational, so that people will be inspired to move forward. And then sometime, if you feel comfortable, you can share some situations where everything did not always go okay, because remember, people like to connect and they trust real people. No one on the face of this planet is perfect. No one. So when you're creating your content, think about the type of content that you sit and watch. What type of content that make you stop when you're scrolling on social media? What resonates with you? Because 9 times out of 10, the content that makes you stop scrolling, look, and then listen, and then watch for the entirety is more than likely the same type of content that your audience want you to create for them, but just within your speciality and the niche that you provide for the marketplace. So what is content? Content can be a variety of different things, but it needs to be a mix of fun. It needs to be a mix of educational. It needs to be inspirational. It needs to be motivational. It needs to have personal experiences. It needs to have an overcome story. It needs to be something that shares some life experiences or a trip or something to show that you're real at the end of the day. It also has to have a balance of sharing things that are not so good. Like, how did it feel? Did you win on everything that you do? Surely you didn't, because I haven't. So I share some of my failures. Why? Because I want you to see that the failures make you stronger and what I learned from that. And it's really not truly failing, it is learning, building, and growing. Because you learn more when you make a mistake or when you so-called fail versus when you go ahead and do something that's right and you move through. So what can you pull? What are those teachable moments that you can pull from situations that you had to go through in order to overcome to have your breakthrough? Those are things that resonate with people's hearts. Those are things that resonate with their minds. And those are the things that create an environment for your ideal audience to take action on whatever the solution that you provide for their problem. Remember, people don't buy products and services because you have them and they might be the best thing ever. People purchase from people that they like. Let me say that again. People purchase and opt into your opportunity from people that they like first. So it had to be something that they like. Like many people like my Southern twang because, like I said, it's endearing. My country twang, it goes around the corner and come back round again. Some words I say it might be like hello going around. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people listen to my content because they want to hear me laugh. I never knew that. I didn't even realize that when I come on, do videos in my podcast, and I say, hello, everybody. I didn't even know it. But when I ask my audience questions, they said, we love to hear you say hello, everybody. It's like methodical. It's musical when you say it. We love to, and then some people said, I come to your podcast, or I come to your TV show because I love to hear you laugh and I love to see you smile because I know you're going to laugh and it makes me feel good, right? So think about all those different little variables. A good thing is, if you don't have an idea on how to create content and you're a person who needs to kind of have a checklist, on ctrmedianetwork.com, we have a 365-day content calendar for entrepreneurs and podcasters or /TV people who need ideas on what they can create next. And it's 365 days worth of ideas, which means that you can pick and choose the things that you would like to do. And the cool thing is that you can rinse and repeat it. So you make this one-time investment and then you can keep reusing it and reusing it. And let me tell you something. Guess what? That's what I use. Oh, I just told you a big tip and just did a mic drop. So how do I keep creating all this content after creating content for over a decade, ever since 2009? I use the same process and method over and over and over again, the blueprint. Why? Because it works. It works, right? So if you're a person that having a difficult time figuring out what type of content you want to create, I encourage you to go to ctrmedianetwork.com and click the store tab and go and get that 365-day ebook that explains how to map out your content and give you some cool ideas on how to use it. And of course, you can get creative and change it around a little bit based upon your niche and your genre. Because remember, this is a guide to help you spark that imagination or to create that content for your audience that keep them coming back for more. So So on this note, I hope this information helped you on what is content. But at the end of the day, whenever you are creating content, do not make it stressful. Make it fun, because if it's fun for you and you're giving this information in a way that is fun, you're giving it in the information in a way that is appealing, then guess what? Your audience is going to love hearing and seeing you with this content, and they will come back for more. So don't over stress it. Don't sweat the small stuff, and don't let perfection stop you, because many of you don't want to do content because I don't have this, I don't have that. Drop the excuses and go ahead and press that go live button. And for those of you who would like to know which place I recommend the most for streaming, it is StreamYard. So in the description of this video, you can click my link. Yes, click my link for CTR Media Network and get a free 14-day trial where you can try StreamYard for 14 days for absolutely free. So now you can do what I'm doing. Then click based upon your package onto the destinations, aka your social medias, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all over the top, baby, everything. And go ahead and start on it today. And if you want to take it a step further and you need someone to kind of hold your hand, then make sure to reference this video when you reach out to CTR Media Network, just in case you don't know anybody on the platform and you can't get referred in. Guess what, baby? This is your video that I am going to let you refer yourself through this video. You mention this video, and I'll be like, oh, you saw the video. You want to join CTR? Let's have a little conversation and see if you're a right fit for our network, because we're all about positivity over here. We keep it real, but we keep it positive too. So on that note, thank you so much for watching this entire video. Remember to put that thumbs up, hit that notification bell, and drop a comment below so that we can see you and acknowledge you and say hi. On that note, make sure to check us out on all social media platforms, as well as TV and podcasting and social media and magazines. Our CTR Media Network magazine, e-magazine, is already out on our website. So if you want to know more tips and strategies about how you can be a podcaster or stream TV and have success, we are breaking down everything in our article in this particular copy of the CTR Media Network magazine. If you want to know why our podcasters leaving money on the table, we explain to you why and how you can stop it. We also explain to you why every podcaster should have a website. If you're a podcaster or a TV streaming host and you don't have a website and you trying to figure out, you think you don't need it, or you're trying to figure out why, we explain why, and then you can make your decision. We also giving you the five platforms to build your podcast team, baby. For those of you who are tired of being solo dolo, and then you are looking to build a team around your podcast or TV show to make you work smarter, not harder. We also celebrating the top 25 podcasters on CTR Media Network, and we're going to talk a little bit about the dark side of content creation. Yes, podcasting. What nobody else talk about, called podcast blues. Did you know it was a thing? Yes, it's a thing, but people don't want to admit it. But we're talking about it because we want you to get over that hump on podcast blues so that you can be successful and keep on moving and grooving. And then we have the pros and cons of joining a podcast network. Have you been contemplating whether or not you should join CTR Media Network or any other independent podcasting network out there? You're trying to figure out, should you stay out there in the trenches alone, or should you join a network? And if you do choose to join a network and invest in a network, what's in it for you? Boo-boo. It's in this magazine, along with a whole lot of other amazing stories like podcasting events, various different things where you can learn. Also got some good little discount codes, some podcast studios that you can go to and get a discount by mentioning CTR Media Network. Baby, we have different things in here that you can scan and watch and all this stuff like that. So we encourage you to go on over to CTR Media Network store on our website, ctrmedianetwork.com, and make sure that you go on in there and you get this goodness, baby, because our magazine is not just to show you stuff. It is for you to be able to learn, build, and grow. So on that note, you guys have a great, amazing rest of your day. Check us out on ctrmedianetwork.com. And before I go, there it is at the bottom of the screen, baby. Join us. On that note, have a great, amazing rest of your day and go out there and create some great content. Bye. Have a good day.